Hey guys, it's Kurt, Jake, and Chunk, and we're here in Hampden. Now Kurt's lived in Hampden for a long time, and he's gonna go over the 5 things that he loves about Hampden. If you're thinking about moving to Hampden, Kurt, why would you move to Hampden?
First and foremost, I think Hampden has the most eclectic, hip, cool, relaxed, comfortable vibe than any other neighborhood in Baltimore City. And I love all the neighborhoods in Baltimore City for different reasons, but it's kind of like ice cream, you know? You like vanilla, you like chocolate, I like strawberry. It's still freaking ice cream. It's still delicious. It's just preferences. My preference is Hampden.
Yeah, you know, Hampden over the years has evolved. It's become, it was kind of like a really unique, niche, artsy. It's been found.
You know what really turned the corner? Is in 2016, there was a national publication in a real estate magazine that listed Hampden as one of the top 10 cool, hip, fun neighborhoods in the entire country. And boom, overnight, everyone in Baltimore said, oh my gosh, we had this in our backyard. And since then, there's been quite an uptick in real estate activity, and it's been welcomed. It's really great.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Hampden, I've always loved that about Hampden. You come up here, there's such a variety of things to do, and the people are it's a very diverse group of people. I love your ice cream analogy. Like, what flavor would you say Hampden is if you had to pick a flavor?
Well, I'm going to tip my hat, figuratively speaking, to the Charmery. My favorite ice cream on the avenue, the Charmery, is Maryland Mud. You can't go wrong. It's delicious.
That Charmery is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. Yeah.
I'll tell you a couple random stories about why I think Hampden is cool, and it's not because guys like me live here. It's because I've had 2 different clients through the years who were Brooklyn, New York based, who were relocating to Baltimore for various job opportunities, and they picked Hampden because it was the best neighborhood for them that felt like home, and their home was Brooklyn, New York, so I guess that's quite a compliment for us.
Yeah.
So my wife and I are admittedly homebodies, but we do go out and we enjoy all the things that Hampden has to offer. And it is so eclectic, fun, and casual that there's just a variety of different food options, but definitely the tone is casual. From Golden West or right around the corner, Google it. It's a great story about Griffin's, now known as Melanie Griffin's. It's a great old school Hampden bar. It's just a great vibe, but if you want to, dress up a little bit, there's the food market, Bluebird for delicious, fantastic cocktails. It's just a really great casual vibe.
Yeah, I've always noticed that about Hampden, and I like that a lot. I can come up here, I can dress up a little bit for a nice date night, go to food market, hit a couple of other spots, Bluebird, that kind of thing. If I want a casual night, I can go to Fraser's, have a couple of beers. I can go down to Rockets of Venus, hear some really cool music. There's so much to do, depending on what you want to do that night. Hampden's got it for you, whatever it is you want. Yeah, Kurt, you mentioned Hampden having good neighbors, meaning the neighborhoods around it. I love Druid Hill Park. I love getting out there. Talk more about that. Like, why do you bring that up? I mean, the other neighborhoods are very different. Why do you bring that up?
Well, so like you said, to the west we have Druid Hill Park, which is a great resource for hiking, Maryland Zoo. To the north there's Guilford and Roland Park, and there's certainly some options up there for food and fun. To the east is Johns Hopkins University, and to the south is Remington, which is fantastic. We talk, our house is a fantastic place, and for me, that's a big part of being in such a convenient neighborhood such as Hampden, is all the great neighborhoods that are around it to expand your options.
So you live in Woodbury, which is like a section of Hampden, I guess you would call it. It is a community within Hampden, or right next to it, or it's kind of blurry, right? Mm-hmm. And then which would be awesome being right next to Woodbury Kitchen. But what I love about that area, I don't know if you probably do realize that Woodbury backs into the zoo, and then when I used to mountain bike race, we would train on the hills back there. So there's like these 3 hills, and the road
dreaded hills of Druid Hill. It's really a thing. It's a race.
Behind the zoo, people don't realize you can actually train cycling, running, and it's got like these nice undulating hills, 3 in a row. Mm-hmm. And then you come out and you can go around Druid Hill or the zoo, and I don't think a lot of people realize they connect like that.
No, it is fun. And I'm going a little bit out on a little bit of a limb here, but I'm not kidding. One night I was walking my dog, and it was a cold, brisk winter night, and I heard an elephant. I'm not even kidding, because there's elephants at the zoo. And I was like, oh my gosh, I heard an elephant.
Everywhere in Baltimore, that's like the only place you can do that. Yeah, and that just to mention that too, the zoo is legit.
Yeah.
I really love the zoo here. I go a few times a year. I've got an annual membership. I love.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't even have kids, and I go to the zoo.
We take our son there. Yeah, it's great. And in talking about the neighbors, and what I was trying to say earlier, how Hampden's evolved. Well, a lot of times, with the restaurant scene, when you go out, you see a lot of people that are probably from like Roland Park or Guilford or some of these other areas. It's become such a central nightlife restaurant district.
Definitely a destination restaurant location.
20 years ago, it was, it was the more, it was more of the Hampden crowd, right? And now it's just
great mix.
It's a destination for people from all 100%.
Exactly. Destination restaurant spot for sure.
So Kurt, I love your list. It's covers all the things that I would think about. What would you say is number 4?
It's got to be, for me, the convenience of being centrally located in Baltimore City. We're 20 minutes from Hunt Valley. My wife loves to go to Wegmans. If you're a northeast person, you know about Wegmans grocery store. But I'm just as quick to be at the office in Fells Point in 20 minutes as well. So it's just really super convenient in the general Baltimore area.
Right. Yeah. And I used to do the DC commute. So having access to the train was super important.
Yeah,
we're not far from Penn Station. That's
5 minutes.
It's you get down there. You can ride your bike. You take an Uber. You can drive. There's plenty of parking. Then you're in DC before you know it.
Yep,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and every year we deal with people that move from DC because they want to live in a city, want that urban living, and they can't afford DC, and they don't want to live an hour out in Virginia, so they move here and just take the train station in every day. Take the train every day.
That's
what you did?
That's what I did. And it was the best way to do it.
Awesome.
I've helped a few DC buyers buy it in Hampden for that exact reason, and that's why number 4 for me is the general overall convenience and location of Hampden to all these regional Baltimore options. So my number 5 reason for loving Hampden is the variety of housing stock available for purchase here. On one end, you have some ultra-modern houses in Clipper Mill, upwards to $1 million, abuts to Druid Hill Park. And then on the other end, we have a neighborhood called Stone Hill, which their homes that were built in the 1840s that are relatively affordable for everyone to buy and everywhere in between price points. So there are a lot of options, and if you want to spend some money, you can, but if you don't have a lot of money to spend, there are options in Hampden.
The thing that sets Hampden apart for me, housing-wise, are the front yards. Like it's actually you don't see it a lot with the row houses in Baltimore City.
You're so right,
so
man.
Cute. They really are.
Porch front.
Yeah, porch front. Some of them are covered. It's gorgeous. It really is, and it's a great way to enjoy your neighbors. Everyone comes out on their porches. They get on their front yards. It's very cool, and it's very unique to the city. And then the other thing that I like, and I've done a little bit of business over on 34th Street. The Miracle on 34th Street. I mean, those houses are just the perfect example of a Baltimore row home, but 2, just so cute and adorable, especially when they put those lights up.
Yeah, I think for me, there's a variety of options and different price points. You think of like Homeland or Guilford. Those are expensive neighborhoods. Hampden has a wide range. It's got a phenomenal mix of old timers that the homesteaders of Hampden that may give it all of the all of the coolness and new people as well. But for me it's the mix, and I'd say if any of you guys watching this episode want to come into town and check out Hampden or some of the communities and neighborhoods right next door, reach out. Our contact information is in this episode in the post, and we look forward to showing you around Hampden.
Absolutely.